Don't look back now. Spiritual Awakening Tarot. Okay. So if you're going through a spiritual awakening, this might be for you. Pay attention. If you want a personalised one, these are currently on sale at just 10 quid. Same day guaranteed recorded. Okay. You can book phone and video chat as well if you wish to do so. Go via the link. Right. So I'm annoyed because I didn't mean to shuffle that. We have the Lovers card at the bottom. There it is. Right. Yeah. Don't look back now. What it feels like is that you've pierced the veil. You've started to realise and instill who you are, but it feels like there's a little bit of that kind of 3D pull going, yeah, but am I? Yeah, but am I? Okay, so it's almost like you've started to realise that you are a divine being, that you are the creator of your own reality, as I say. But there's that kind of human ego part that's going, but are you? But are you though? Right? Two of Swords. It's trying to put you back in the Two of Swords. It's trying to put the blindfold on and stop and leave you kind of going, I don't know which way to go. Knight of Cups. You're being asked to keep pushing forwards. Okay, keep going, chasing that thing that's going to make you happy. Don't dip in to negativity. Queen of Cups in the reverse position. Don't even the spiritual awakenings, like I say, they're tough, they're hard, they're not this BS plastic spirituality, oh, I see the world a bit differently, I think there might be more to this and that, and then you kind of get hooked and latched onto by the gurus, who start then telling you how to live and how to think. No. And it's scary, and even as you're pushing forwards, it's upsetting, right? 10 of Wands in the reverse position, 7 of Wands, Death card. So what this is saying to me is you're still holding on to some old version of yourself, and it's time to let it go. I'm dealing with somebody who's quite stubborn, right? Because they keep standing the ground. I don't want to let this go. What's going to happen though is the Death card will get activated at some point. Something will happen to cut off this situation, this person, this belief system, whatever it's resonating with. It's going to come in for you. Okay, it's going to come in and sort that out for you. You've come so far. The problem is Lovers cards come out again, right? Fire, passion, excitement. Okay, you've come so far to I don't want to say to give up, because I don't think this collective would give up, but you've come so far to start entering questions and doubts now would be a mistake at the end of the day, because all it's going to do is just going to kind of stop you, because I do feel, with the type of people that I read for, the reason why I say the 2% is because I read for a very, the people I read for a small proportion, especially when it comes to spiritual awakenings, who actually have a big role and purpose. This is why I do starseed activation readings, because I'm here for the starseeds. So your path won't be stopped. I mean, you have free will and choice. Don't get me wrong. So you can stop that path whenever you want, but I think there'd be constantly this push pull effect on you if you did. Right, Emperor. That to me is just confirming that you're supposed to be going into some kind of leadership role. You're supposed to be kind of taking control and charge of some kind of situation around you. The fears and doubts are trying to creep in, and 10 of Wands. That's why you're holding on. Right. Identify and target in on these thought processes, because they are not yours. They are not yours. They've come from elsewhere. They're probably an amalgamation over your whole life. And the thing is, if you're a starseed or a chosen one, you will have been stopped, blocked, treated like garbage, used, abused, etc., your whole life. And it's that kind of amalgamation of all that programming that has been put into your head by other people. Okay. Now, I was saying this on my light, right? 8 of Swords in the reverse position. It's time to take the restriction off, take the blindfold off, right? 10 of Pentacles behind the castle wall, safe and secure, and step out of that sense of security, right? Because the 3D is sense of security. It's everything you've ever known. And then when you suddenly go, oh my God, this is a lie, just off 444 on the timer. It makes you feel vulnerable. It makes it's not very nice. Page of Cups give yourself a little bit of an opportunity to push forward. So I forgot what I was going to say then. Something about on my lives. I can't remember now. Right, 5 of Swords in the reverse. Page of Wands. Right, so Five of Swords in the reverse is normally about kind of mentally backing down, which won't be a good thing. However, because this kind of ties into that Seven of Wands in the reverse, you've got to, I tell you, I kind of want to tell you, it's time to kind of release that, because this keeps kicking in. Now, as I always say, this is the engine, this is the driver. But if the driver's intoxicated, the car's going to be all over the place, right? Sometimes you've got to take a bit of a back seat and let somebody else do the driving. So in this case, your higher self, your spirit team, source, whatever. Let's release it. Let's stop questioning things, because what I've got coming into my mind is yeah, but. So it's almost like this collective, they get this idea, they start thinking, maybe I am this, maybe I can do this, blah, 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 blah. And then the yeah, but kicks in. And that's the human part, that's the ego kicking in, and taking control of the car. As you step forwards into this new energy, you are a page. You're not expected to have all the answers. It's perfectly fine. Get out there, dip your toe in the water. Six of Cups. Let's balance things on an emotional level and work our way to the Four of Wands, 1111 card, happy ever after, etc., etc. You deserve this. The sad fact is with this collective is that they don't realise that they've done the hardest part of the work. It's almost like I'm dealing with this collective where it's like, yeah, but if I release it now, if I release this old version of me, what if there's more bad stuff that comes? Well, in life, number one, there's always challenges, but at some point, I believe that you hit that biggest hurdle, right? So for me, my biggest hurdle was when I became a widower, because going through that experience and seeing somebody go through that and having your heart completely shredded into pieces and coming out the other side stronger, that made me realize I'm unbreakable. Because number one, God forbid, I won't have to go through anything like that again. Number two, if I did, of course it'd be fucking heartbreaking, but I know that I'm strong. I can take on any challenges. And I've just remembered the bit that I forgot to say. So for me, I was talking about this on the live. Like, so most people, when they go through these kind of awakenings, it takes time. Now I can't tell you how to navigate that really, because I didn't have to do it. When I went through what I went through, it was like I always say, it was like a switch went, and I just went, life's too short. I've got to grasp it by the cojones and push forwards. So ironically, out of something so traumatic, it was like a switch was flipped. So I didn't have to do this whole questioning, doubting, stuff like that. I was just like, oh, this is me. Don't get me wrong, I've had questions and doubts about stuff along the way. Of course I have, but a lot of that has come due to manipulation from other people trying to steal my light. Five of Pentacles, right? So this collective is feeling left out in the cold. There is support there, right? There is support there, but you've got to go and find it. Fool in the reverse. You've been too hesitant to take that leap of faith. King of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is the masculine energies within you. I feel like your masculine energies are worrying, yeah, but if I cut that off, or if I step into this energy, or if I start saying I'm this, that, and the other, it's going to make me selfish. No. Three of Cups, right? You've got support there, but not in the current environment. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're currently in a current environment, a workplace, family dynamic, friendship group, where people are just thinking about themselves. You're building somebody else's dreams. You have another collective out there or around you that wants to see you succeed, okay? Don't be afraid to shed that skin. Don't be afraid to step into that authenticity. Speak your truth. Be more autistic. Be like an autistic person. Just say your piece, Don't worry about people laughing at you or being offended, It just happens sometimes. That's part of life. Shed that skin. Got it? Good.